Yep, it's a Terry Nation story. Welcome to the Time Treadmill. I'm Ron, and these are my sweaty thoughts about Doctor Who. Look, I don't want to bash Terry Nation. There's no question that the only reason Doctor Who exists today is because of him. If he had not written the Daleks, the series would have ended after the second or third story. So, major props to him. And he wrote quite a few good stories in the first 3 years of the series before he left for America. And I will go as far as to say that the Dalek invasion of Earth is one of my all-time favorite Doctor Who stories, bar none. Beyond that, his series Blake 7 is just brilliant, start to finish. I love every minute of it, and mad props to him for creating it and writing it. That being said, he does tend to fall into some pretty regular tropes, and an awful lot of at least the first part of Planet of Daleks very much mirrors the original Dalek story. He has our heroes arrive on an alien planet and encounter the Thals, who are at war with the Daleks. Instead of radiation poisoning, he has a fungal infection. They're just more parallels than I really want to go into. At the end of the day, Planet of Daleks, at least thus far, is pretty dull. Again, it's not bad. This is not like The Chase or some of the most egregious Dalek stories. 2 episodes in, and there's really nothing going on, sort of like Frontier in Space. It's just a chain of events. The TARDIS arrives, the Doctor is injured from the end of the previous adventure, so Joe Grant goes off looking for help, so the two spend the story separated, which is a pretty standard Terry Nation technique. And if I might mention, that makes sense to do when you have like 3 companions in the TARDIS, and having 4 main actors in one scene gets unwieldy. When you only have 2 main characters and you split them up and there are no other characters to be seen for a huge swath of the first episode, what that leaves you with is 2 characters who have to talk to themselves in order to propel the story forward, and that's just problematic. But in any case, a third of the way into the story, and what we have that serves as a plot is that they're on a planet and there are Daleks and there are Thals. That's it. That's seriously it. It's barely enough to warrant a 3-minute pre-story sequence, let alone nearly an hour of broadcast television. So really, I'm digging to try and find some kind of nugget of interesting thing to tell you about this story, and about all I can come up with is the fact that this story exists mostly accidentally. See, back when Day of the Daleks was being written, the original script for that story didn't even have Daleks, and Terrence Dicks thought it would be fun to bring them back, so he had them written into that story before he looked into the copyright issue, and then he discovered that Terry Nation still owned the copyright for the Daleks. The BBC didn't have the rights to use them without his permission, and so he reached out to Terry Nation to get his consent. And the upshot of that conversation was that Terry Nation said, "I'll let you do this one as long as you let me write the next one, and as long as you give me the right of first refusal for writing any new Dalek stories beyond that." And so Planet of the Daleks exists entirely because Terrence Dicks needed permission to use them in Day of the Daleks, and that's how we get this story. And unfortunately, it's just not a great one. There are still good Dalek stories coming in the future, but right now this is just such a middling one, it's hard to work up any real excitement over it. So I'm going to call it a day. And as for you stay home, stay safe, be kind, be patient, and I will see you tomorrow.